Hello, Peter, or whoever it is I'm going to have set this thing up. Let's just get right to it. I got some cables. I got a power strip over there. I'm just going to do this as I normally would. So, step by step. The microphones are in this thing. There are two of them. They're these guys. So let's grab those out. Take a sip of coffee because that's important. All right. All right, don't need those yet, but they're open now. So this is the base for the audio thing. That's BASE as opposed to BASS. And I'm going to set this guy right there. Now if you look at the back here, here's that little guy. You just turn that knob and it'll flip right open. And that's where all the fun stuff is. But before we do anything else, we got to assemble the tower and put it in here and give this guy some power. So we're going to do that now. Alright, we go over here. Unzip one. Unzip the other. We got these guys. So here's one. And just a sec here. They're not exactly light. Alright. So here's the top one. It's got the Bose logo on it. Here's the bottom one. You can tell because it's got the base. If you flip over the top one, it's got this guy right here, and we want to flip that over and slide it down. So when we attach these guys together, it's got some stability in case somebody's an idiot and runs into it. So you go over here, and hopefully it's still where I put it. Hey, look at that. It's a screwdriver for this exact purpose. Excuse me, Sam. So, there's one. There's two. So we flip that guy around, put it in like so. This is really hard to do when I'm looking at it through a camera. Right, so there's one, and the other. Screw them in. Nothing too crazy. Don't want to get it too tight, just enough to make sure it stays together. And then these two things just slide together. And once they're together, they're together. To get them back apart, there's a little button on the side you press. And provided you have two hands handy, they'll slide back apart. But as soon as they connect, they're together for sure. So now I'm going to take this thing, lift it up. When you're doing this, I would definitely recommend using two hands. Probably for that reason. Okay, so there's that little thing in the back, and that goes along this groove in the back. So you just set it gently down inside there, provided the ceiling is tall enough, which it may not be here. Okay, we're good. And then just let that guy slide down and you're good. To remove it from here, you got to press down on this thing and pull back out. All pretty simple. So let's get this guy all plugged in now that we're more or less assembled. So I will have a pile of cables for you wrapped up in that thing. So look for those two little green balls, and that will be all the cables that you need that I used in this video. All right, I think I got them all here. That one's for the base thing. The one we're concerned about right now is this guy. It's for the power. Looks like that. So just match up the puzzle pieces here. Plug that in. Now the power situation at Champions Hall is not the greatest. So you'll probably want to find one of the plugs that they recommend you use. I can never remember which ones those are. But somebody there should know. If not, just plug everything in, and if the whole place shuts down, try a different plug. Let's see. Okay. So now let's get on to this business here. Well, actually, I like to have a place to put the mics. So this is the base module, okay? If you just pull that thing off, it's ready to go. The plugs are right back here. It does not matter which one you use. So I just set that guy up right next to the thing. So these guys, if the camera will focus, you can see they have these little nubbins here. Okay, you match those up and slide them into place, and they will stay there forever. So you can see we've got the different size little nubbins, and I'm just going to put those exactly where they go. The big one and the big one, the small one and the small one. So like this. And then you just, and it will pop right in there. That's interesting. I wonder if my text messages are going to be on there. Okay, cool. So, same story over here. The exact same plug. I can actually, I don't have to look. I can just like feel around where it is, and it'll. There's only one way to plug it in, so that's good. There isn't necessarily an up or down or sideways with these. Like, you just put them wherever you like them. I usually set them up like this because this is a great place for two microphones. So I'll grab these, and I'm just going to set them in there. Okay. All right. So this part's relatively simple. We've got one of these for each mic. This is the power supply for each one of these things, and we got a pair of them. So I'm just going to grab all this shit and a couple of batteries to show you how to put those in the microphones. And since there won't be some big elaborate audio setup, I usually just put them on top of the thing. So 9-volt plug coming into focus, maybe? No? How about now? How about now? How about now? No. Anyway. Oh man, come on video. You are killing me right now. Autofocus, bro. Maybe? Autofocus? Hey, there we go. Okay, so this plug goes right in. This is really hard to do on camera. Okay, there we go. So you stick it right in there. Nothing too crazy. Plug it in. You can see it's got power there. And you can see it's got power here. It's the thing that says power. What? Okay. I'm going to do the same thing to the other one with one hand. Okay. Plug that guy in. And again, with the green light and the blue light, you can tell that bitch is on. They stack on top of each other quite nicely. And we usually just do that. Now we got to connect these things to this thing. So I'm going to set these to 14 because that is supposed to be the preset that automatically EQs these microphones. So we don't have to do any extra weird shit with that. We can just plug them in and they're set. You're going to plug them in here with these guys. Now the cable's all wrapped up. And it's way more cable than we need. Like, they just don't really... I mean, I have a couple of 5-footers somewhere. They always seem to disappear. So usually I just, like, unwrap one coil and then put it back using 2 hands. Is that gonna... Okay, there we go. I gotta do it the other way. Like this. Okay. And the cool thing is, we can sort of minimize the mangled mess of cables here. You're going to take the one that's all black. Okay, you got the 3 little prongs on the inside. Line them up with the 3 little dots you see there. So we got 1, 2, and 3. And there we go, 3. Just make sure those line up. So more like this. And then plug that guy in. This one with the metal thing on the end, and that little clip there, okay, this goes in here. So you can see that guy right there. And I'm going to see if I can, there we go, that's what knees are for, right? Alright, so got it all lined up. Got the holes with the plugs, and just stick that motherfucker right in there. Done and done. Now I'm going to do that with the other one. Alright, this is just easier with 2 hands, so I'm going to use 2 hands for a second. And then, there we go. Okay. So, cable is ready. Same story. You've got the one that's like all one color and the one that's got the metal thing sticking out. This one, 3 little prongs go in the 3 little holes. Alright. And then this guy is going to go right in between all these cables. Let's make this a little easier to see. There we go. Okay, so same story. Line them up, and when it clicks, you know you're ready. Okay, it shouldn't slip out. Like I can tug on that, and that means that it has locked there. That's what this little guy is. When you're ready to take them out, you just push that down, press, and it should come right out. Okay. All right, so that goes there. And let's take a look here. So, let's get that autofocus back. Come on, bro. There we go. Okay, so this is phantom power. You can tell phantom power is on because the button's down. We do not need phantom power, so just leave it up. Sometimes the button gets pushed. It's pretty clear here. We want it off. It says off on both of these. Okay. Typically, this says trim. It's also volume level. Okay. This is the volume of your microphones. So you would do well to have your announcers start to have some conversation before anyone else is in there. Just give them both a mic and be like, all right, I need you guys to talk about stuff, because somebody's going to keep their microphone really far away from their face, and somebody's just going to be inherently loud, and you kind of want to adjust them so they're about the same level. Okay. what you're going to find is that when you turn it up, because you're going to want to turn it up, that once you get higher up here, it's going to feed back no matter where they are in the room. Because if they are anywhere near this speaker array, they will feed back. And I don't know if you know what feedback is, but it's that horrible high-pitched sound that happens when somebody with a microphone walks in front of a speaker that is attached to that microphone. So the louder this is, the easier it is for the sound from this guy to get to those microphones, to feed back into this guy, to feed back into the microphones, to feed back into... Anyway. So I'm just going to put those at 6 for now, and you guys can figure those out. The other bit, well, here, let's, yeah. So the other bit is right here. Okay, we got 2 channels. It doesn't matter which one you use. It's these 2, 3 and 4. Okay, and these are just for the DJ. So plug him into one of them, and then you can just turn him up and down. Normally I have this little Audio Magic thing that I run through a really cool thing, and what that does is allows it so when the announcers speak, it turns the music down. It doesn't turn it off, and then as soon as they're done speaking, the music like slowly comes back. We're not going to have that today because I'm not going to go through the extended process of making you figure out how to use that damn thing. But before the DJ arrives, you're going to need this. This is so you can plug your phone in. Okay, so this is the kind of cable that you're going to plug into the machine. Okay, this is also the kind of cable that you need to get from the DJ in order to make music. All you got to do is plug this guy in, but before you do, you're going to want to make sure, come on, autofocus, do it, do it, do it, or don't, that's fine, whatever, working on it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hold on, let me get out of the way of the light source. Autofocus. There we are, okay. So, if I plug this thing in when it's got volume, as soon as I touch this, it's going to go chikoom, and it's going to make a big awful sound. So before you do anything else, just turn this down. It's good for everybody. Plug it in, and then turn on your music on your phone and get it plugged into this guy. Okay, and that's just the normal thing that goes into your headphone jack, nothing fancy. I would show you on my phone, but I am currently recording this on my phone. So I will entrust that you know how to plug a phone into a headphone jack, and then once it's plugged in and you got music going on your phone, you're going to sort of be like, okay, is this, okay, yep, that makes audio. And you're going to want to keep this much lower than the announcers. That way people can always hear the announcers over the music, even though they really won't be able to hear the music. Not an ideal situation, but again, without me there to work all of the audio magic, we kind of have to make do with what we have. Same story when you plug in the DJ. You will need one of these cables that look like this. You will turn the volume down, plug him in, and you're like, all right, cool, man, play a song. And he'll be like, yeah. And you're like, okay, how about probably too loud? And then you'll turn it back down. The other thing you might have to worry about volume-wise is the refs. If it is too loud, they can't actually hear. Although that's kind of a difficult thing because songs are at different volumes, and sometimes the song that they listen to that they say is the right volume is like a softer song. Or sometimes in the middle of a game, even though you test them on a really loud song, they'll play a soft song and then they'll play a loud song right afterwards, and so the contrast makes it seem like it's way louder than it was earlier, but really it's the same volume that it was previously. I don't know what you really can do about that. If the rest are upset, turn the volume down. Done. Let's see. Oh, and as far as that goes, just find your head official for the evening and be like, hey, I want you to tell me whether or not the sound is too loud or not. And they'll go, okay. And that's really it. If you want to have them go stand in the center and be like, yeah, turn it up, turn it down. No, that's way too loud, way too loud. That's, okay, that's good. Okay, yeah. That's usually a good way to do it. That has been effective in the past. I think that's pretty much it. So, oh yeah, okay. Microphones. So, these guys here, they are the same. One's got a bunch of tape on it because it's cracked. Should be okay though. So you unscrew this thing. Grab some batteries. There's a fresh set of batteries in the top part of the bag. Hello, Energizer. 2 for each mic, which should be more than enough to get you through the game if these guys that are currently with the microphones in their respective boxes crap out on you. So this guy right here, right? There's a little flip here. It doesn't really hold on, so I just opened it up. Put the batteries in. Pluses to pluses, minuses to minuses. You know the deal. Wait. Okay. And this is why I should be looking at what I'm doing. Damn it. This is hard one-handed. Okay. Batteries. Okay. Flip it closed. Screw the thing back on with the taped one. Don't go crazy about making it tight because, again, it's cracked. You can't really tighten it. Just make sure it's not going to fall off. And then, these things. This is the power button. Come on, autofocus. There we go. Okay. So you press and hold it. Bloop, bloop. It's on. Okay. If you hit the select button, it will change the channel. There are 6 channels. And if 2 of these microphones are on the same channel, it gets really fucking weird. And sometimes people press buttons, and that's why things are on the wrong channel or their mic doesn't work. So if you look here, you can see a couple things. So here's the one that doesn't have a microphone that's currently turned on. You can see that the power is good, but nothing else is working. It is currently on channel 2. And to change the channel, all you have to do is just turn this knob, and it'll those are my sound effects, not its. Very convincing, I know. Okay. So, here we have this guy. He's on channel 1. And if I look at my microphone here, it is also on channel 1. So that should totally work. Okay. I got to test these, so I got to make sure they work. So we're going to turn this on. I'm going to turn the volume all the way down on these because I'm in the house and Sterling is napping. Okay. Oh, come on now. There we go. Okay, so what you're seeing there is the charge of the battery and the strength of the signal. Okay. When you talk into it, the little audio light will click on. So let me show you what that's all about. So this is me talking into a microphone, and as you can see, the light comes on when I say stuff. Now I'm going to get behind this thing and just make sure that it works. So I'm going to set you down and you can stare at the ceiling. I know it's very exciting. Let's see here. That's the one with the red stripe. So check. Okay. Make sure that worked. Check. Oh, ha. If that happens and you're all confused, remember to turn it on. And then you'll get a little yellow light. Right there. There we go. Now I can hear that sound. Check. And even now I've got a little volume, so check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Okay, so this one definitely works. Now I'm going to check the one that's hooked up to channel 2 by changing this guy to channel 2.